Is that a gang sign that you,
Oh, like you don't know what it is. You don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
Oh, you don't know. Jimmy Fallon doesn't know. David Letterman doesn't know.
We don't know.
All the comics and show business don't know what this is.
In a world where late-night hosts think they're untouchable, one man dared to prove them wrong. Starring Jim Carrey as the unpredictable comedy assassin and Jimmy Kimmel as the unfortunate target, this showdown delivered more explosions than a summer blockbuster. With no script, no mercy, and way too much caffeine, Carrey didn't just steal the show, he rewrote it, torched it, and danced on the ashes. Coming soon, the night Kimmel got hilariously obliterated on his own stage.
Yeah.
What is it?
Come on, Jimmy. Seriously, the time is up. People are hip to this kind of stuff. I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati, and you're a part.
Before we move on, smash that like button and subscribe, because you know you don't want to miss this one. The thing about Jimmy Kimmel is that his show runs on autopilot. A couple of celebrity guests, a few half-baked jokes, maybe a skit that feels like it was written by interns on their fourth cup of coffee. It's all so routine you can practically predict the punchlines before the audience even fake laughs.
For years now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track, to distract you, to make you laugh and stuff like that, make you happy and docile so you don't know what's really going on, you know?
Then one night in storms, Jim Carrey, a walking cartoon, a hurricane in human form, a man who doesn't obey the laws of physics, comedy, or basic restraint. Suddenly Kimmel's polished little late-night empire turned into a demolition site, with Carrey swinging the wrecking ball and laughing the entire time.
I just wanted to see what would happen if you stayed until they got tired. Usually people sit down during the biggest part of the applause.
Yeah, right, yeah.
So I thought I would see what that's like.
Kimmel thought he was about to do a normal interview, the kind where the guest politely answers questions and plugs their latest project. But Jim Carrey doesn't do normal. He treats a late-night set like his personal playground. If he sees a chair he doesn't sit, he body slams it, climbs on it, or turns it into a prop from an abandoned circus.
They're out at the edge of the envelope with the blue devil. It's uncomfortable.
It is.
Lovely, though.
Yeah, but worth exploring.
Yeah,
well, have a
why
seat
not?
here.
And when he spots a host like Kimmel, it's open season. Kimmel might have the microphone, but Carrey had the entire room in his palm, spinning it like pizza dough. From the moment Carrey stepped on stage, the power balance flipped. Normally the host runs the show, this time he was just along for the ride.
Jim Carrey's trying to tell us something, and it's time that we started listening.
Going on.
He just said that straight to Jimmy Kimmel's face, but it's a charge sugar-coated in comedy that makes it impossible to count.
Became an invading force, the kind of guest who doesn't wait for questions, doesn't care about segues, and has zero interest in polite late-night rhythm. He detonated the entire format. 1 minute he's bouncing off the couch, the next he's dismantling Kimmel's monologue without saying a coherent word. Who needs punchlines when your whole body is the joke? Kimmel tried to keep up, but it was like watching a man try to control a flood with a mop.
Yeah, look at him trying to calm it down. It's hilarious. Buzzing, hold on. They're trying to turn us into, consumer drones of some sort. Hold on, I just got to get this.
And yeah.
Yeah, listen, I'm in the middle of blowing the lid off some...
What happened?
I'm sorry, Jim.
Sitting across from Carrey, Kimmel looked like a substitute teacher begging a wild classroom for silence. The audience couldn't get enough. They weren't laughing at Kimmel's jokes, they were doubled over at Carrey's chaos. He twisted his face, bent his body, and turned the stage into a live cartoon. By the end, nobody even remembered the original question. Carrey doesn't do interviews, he hijacks them.
Quickly turned from bemusement at Jim Carrey's antics to an anxious unease at what he was really implying. Now, you don't need to go too much down the conspiracy rabbit hole around that hand sign and the supposed organizations associated with it, and that's because I believe Jim Carrey truly meant something else, and something maybe deeper. Over the years, he's been disillusioned with much of the pomp and show of Hollywood, and it was clear by the insinuations he made, saying that talk show hosts like Jimmy Kimmel are also mere distractions meant to pull people's attention away from things that truly matter.
Imagine paying to see Jimmy Kimmel live only to end up being roasted by Jim Carrey on national TV. That's the kind of chaos late night used to thrive on before it became a factory for recycled jokes. Every time Kimmel tried to go to commercial, Carrey pretended not to hear him. Every attempt to regain control made it worse and funnier. The audience wasn't there for another bland interview. They were there to witness the madness unfold in real time.
Just said that straight to Jimmy Kimmel's face, but it's a charge sugar-coated in comedy that makes it impossible to counter. Anyone that has been following Jim Carrey knows how the star comedian has become a more subdued and introspective man in his later age, trying to contemplate life's greatest questions. It's a pursuit of meaning that is the highest goal, which too many people never get to do because they're so caught up in trivial entertainment, petty politics, and pointless distractions. And there's no industry that's a bigger source of all that than the one that's been a part of his entire life.
And not just madness obliteration. Carrey didn't just upstage Kimmel, he made him irrelevant. By halfway through, you could have muted Kimmel's MIC and no one would have noticed. The show had become the Jim Carrey show with Kimmel as background noise. Clips went viral, memes exploded, and fans joked that Carrey should host from now on. Because that night he reminded everyone what real comedy looks like: raw, unfiltered, and alive.
Kimmel wasn't sorry. Okay, we played the soundbite on our show for you yesterday, and I'll play it here now just for those of you who haven't heard what got him indefinitely suspended. He's fired. We'll see, unless Disney bends the knee. But right now, it's not looking good for old Jimbo. Here's what he said inside. And he said that when he knew that it wasn't the case, the evidence had been ubiquitous about this person's left-leaning and commitment to left-wing ideology. We've gone through it repeatedly. You all know.
Watching those two collide was like watching a polite dinner party invaded by a marching band. Nobody knew whether to clap, run, or join in. Kimmel just sat there shell-shocked as the chandelier crashed down. That's what makes Carrey so lethal. He doesn't just break the rules, he makes you wonder why they existed. By the end, Kimmel looked like he'd aged 10 years in 40 minutes, while Carrey skipped off stage like it was just another Tuesday.
One clown went all in on ignoring reality and blames MAGA.
We had some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it.
So MAGA is desperately trying to portray Kirk's killer as not one of them. If that man was any more full of he'd be a colostomy bag. That was 2 days ago, so Kimmel had the chance to walk it back, but he can't. And why is that? Because to admit he was wrong on this calls into question his entire filter for interpretation.
One fan joked that Kimmel should send Carrey a thank you card because the only reason people talked about the show the next day was him. Kimmel thought he was hosting an interview. What he actually hosted was his own destruction. And while Kimmel tried to laugh it off the next night, everyone saw that haunted look in his eyes, the look of a man who knows he got clowned in front of millions.
No problem with Elon from the beginning of this thing, but it's like he's in this leftist thought bubble. He is in the most leftist thought bubble available, which is Hollywood. And, and I think also, he famously, there's some videos of him in blackface, and those came out, and he had apologized for them, and I think he took that hit and, really doubled down the other direction.
Meanwhile, Carrey walked away without a scratch. This is a man who spent decades weaponizing chaos, turning gibberish into punchlines and interviews into performance art. The audience wasn't faking laughter, they were losing it for real. Every time Carrey opened his mouth, the room erupted. Every time Kimmel tried to speak, silence. It was raw, unfiltered dominance, and everyone knew it.
Fuck up.
Yeah.
The people in charge.
Exactly.
He's their Praetorian Guard.
Yeah.
And it's like the self-hatred he must feel, because he wasn't always, that's my point. Yeah. I mean, Colbert has always been a hard partisan, talented guy, but obviously he's not a comedian. But Kimmel was a comedian. Like, how does he, I don't understand.
I don't know.
How he can sleep.
That night reminded everyone how stale late-night TV has become. Carrey didn't just steal Kimmel's thunder, he stole his relevance. When Carrey walks in, the clever host instantly becomes the boring one. And that's a wound that doesn't heal. Years from now, people won't remember the movie Carrey was promoting. They'll remember the night he turned Jimmy Kimmel Live into a live-action cartoon with Kimmel as the clueless extra.
It could be a little of everything, but it's great. Even in death, Charlie keeps winning debates. You know, the media, this is what's disgusting. Just look at the reaction. The media is trying to make Jimmy Kimmel into their Charlie Kirk. But as if like getting fired is the same as getting fired upon. That's what disgusts me, is how they're trying.
And when you put chaos inside a machine built for routine, the machine collapses. That's what happened that night. For one glorious, unpredictable moment, late-night TV felt alive again. Jim Carrey didn't just destroy Jimmy Kimmel, he exposed him. Exposed the predictability, the stiffness, the safety of modern comedy. It wasn't polished or scripted, but it was unforgettable. Carrey reminded everyone why he's still one of the greatest comedic forces alive. For him, it was just another day at the office. For Kimmel, it was the night his own stage got stolen, set on fire, and turned into the funniest disaster late night has ever seen.